Okay, there we go. Hello, I'm Occupational Click. This is my brother. We want to come on just briefly because I didn't really want to stream, but we had another Bigfoot sighting, and I wanted to actually respond to his comment because it means that much to me. I do like hearing from him. But first, I should mention to my record. I went down to the farm today. Still haven't heard from this guy. I don't want to really contact him. I thought he'd say, "Hey, man, how's the farm doing?" Haven't heard from him. Went down. I brought some apples and some bananas and some carrots, a little bag of carrots, because I thought, what the hell? Maybe I can try to win their trust. The goats are more standoffish today. Like they'd never seen these things before. They ran off, and the cows seemed timid. The bull behaved himself, but they just seemed like they were afraid of new foods. So I said, all right, to hell with it. But as I was trying to follow them through the field to give them like an apple, and I was wearing shorts, which I know is stupid, I felt something I've never felt before. I've been stung by bees. I've been stung by wasps. Yeah, this is nothing like that. So I looked up. Closest thing, it sounds like fire ants, which when I was younger, probably didn't live in Jersey, but with warming climates and stuff. I think it was, I went through a fire ant mound. It felt like almost like gunpowder hitting you, or take take a needle, put it under the flame and jab yourself. This didn't feel like a wasp or a bee sting. Or a horse. No, it didn't feel like, no, this wasn't a horse. This was like this was like a bunch of tiny little bite, and it burned. And now I got these little blisters. So I think kind of rare. I've never really, you don't think you're going to encounter fire ants, but I think I ran through a mound of fire ants. Wonderful. Well. Exactly. But anyway, now you were saying something. We'll bring it up. You were saying some interesting stuff because I wanted to use. Time is of the essence here, but what I wanted to get to. So yes, I think I was bitten by. It still burns. It's not like I said. I was stung by a bunch. One time, I was working at this gas station I've told you about years ago, and we used to sell propane. You know those propane holding bins. And unbeknownst to me, there's a wasp nest. So I reached in. I got stung dozens of times. My ring finger swelled up, and it was painful. But it didn't feel like this. This is like a different. I think this was fire ants. I mean, that's what seems to be the closest description. I don't think I've ever been bitten by fire ants. No, but I mean,
we've never encountered them. They never lived here.
That's my best guess. I can't think of anything else might be. Well. All right, so hold on. Why is this? Hold on. Why is this? What's going on here? Okay. All right, so we'll get to the comment. Was there anything else you wanted to add about anything or? Oh, the chickens. I should mention. Even though yesterday the goats were all friendly, today they were more standoffish. The chickens were well behaved. They were hungry, and I guess they trusted me. I came in. It was like we had cats. The cat would just stand by your leg waiting for you to feed it. Yes. The chickens, the rooster, they all just the hens. They all just stood there waiting, like, okay, come on, feed us, asshole. We know who you are. Give us our food. I gave them their scratch, but I noticed one was missing. One of the two gray hens was missing. She was sitting on the eggs, so we'll see what happens. So we'll go from there. I think it was fire ants. It felt like little. Like a bunch of pin. I was like, wow, I got some on my stomach too. My shirt was like some here, but it was mostly my legs. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. They didn't eat them. I brought them. They didn't eat them. They ran away from the bananas. They ran away from the apples and the carrots. So we'll just eat them. But it's like, maybe I'll cut the apples and try again. But it's like, no, I think I got bitten by a bunch of fire ants, which, prior to were fairly rare here. But I guess they're, I think fire ants, I can feel it all my legs. I was going through one part of the, the pasture. Yes. You mean for each other or just in general? You can go back and watch my other streams to figure out who he is and who I am and what our relationship is. Figure it out yourself. So I think I went to fucking fire. It's like, it wasn't like I've been stung by wasps and bees. It wasn't like that. This was like, I've been stung multiple times by wasps. This was like something different, like just a bunch of burning pins, tiny little pinpricks burning, jabbing into you. And after I still feel it's like, oh man, it's like a burning sensation. I just wasn't expecting. But that's what it was. I don't know what else it could be. Okay, but the chickens were friendly and happy to eat, and one of the hens was sitting on the eggs. Blah 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 blah. But I'm tired of playing farm boy. But I wanted to get to the reason I decided to stream. I told her I do want to stream. I'm getting tired of streaming, but I want to stream because we're always happy when the prophet, our modern day Messiah, comes along and graces us with his presence. And he's done it twice now. The first time was in my video with that drug trial thing, and I responded to that yesterday's stream. But he responded to the yesterday's stream. I want because it kind of ties in with things. And I was actually wondering about him like a few weeks ago about what we'll talk about. Let me bring the damn thing up. Hold on. Where the hell is it? I don't know. I was going to share. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so this, if I got this right, yeah, my legs hurt. It's like, do you see any like welting or anything?
Looks red.
Looks red.
Yeah.
This one, do you see anything?
Again, it looks red.
Looks red. Anything on my stomach?
Does anyone know how to treat fire ant bites?
I assume just let it run its course. Anything you can do about it? All right. So where was it? Okay. This was yesterday's stream. What the hell is this? Why is this thing so far behind? Hold on. Refresh. Give me a minute, people. There we go. So this was yesterday's stream, right? We're not going to watch yesterday's stream. Yesterday we streamed briefly. We were talking about his other comment. He left a comment that I wanted to address, but I want a minute before I address it. I want to see everything. Okay, we're going to address Todd's comment in a moment. First, yeah, they say they can become, like weltish or just, like blisters, and they can start to itch. But I was all of a sudden out of nowhere. Like I said, I was stung by a bunch of wasps once, hornets, and it was painful. It was definitely a stinging, but it was a different kind of sting. I've never felt anything like this. It was like almost like a puff of red hot needles, tiny sewing needles, red hot. All of a sudden, all over. It was the strangest thing. I've never experienced this. It wasn't like a bee or a wasp or a hornet or whatever. Yeah. But you're at work at 7:30 or no 6:30. It's 6:30 in Arizona. That's right. All right. So, I said to Mr. X Guy Incognito writes, if you have a diagnosis, which I do, in fact, I can pull that up in a minute too. Why do you ask these doctors about your autism? Well, actually, in fairness, when I went to the drug trial, this is true. I actually, if you watch the video, you have to go back. Just take my word. I'm going to explain to you. I was actually dancing around autism. I was afraid. Go ahead. Well, we can take on. Give us a second.
Yeah, I know.
We need a slight break. Brother Click needs to take some Flonase. Yeah, by the way, I should say, Thule says, thanks for addressing how stupid it was for dumb to ask Todd about that Norman. Yeah, I wasn't trying to pick on James. I'm like, this is what you want to ask him. I think that was James's attempt at making small talk. I think there are two reasons James hangs around. One is because Donda wants him to have friends, so his mommy tells him, play nice. I also think since he can't seem to get a hold of Todd, he's hoping the closest he can get is when Bigfoot shows up here. So, and I'm not trying to knock James. I'm trying to get back together with him. But I'm thinking like my brother felt the same way. It was like, let's put our differences aside. That's a silly thing to
it's not on topic.
Yeah,
you could just say, "Oh, hey, Todd, nice to hear from again. How's it going?" That would have been fine. But this isn't question Todd time. Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's go back now to. All right, he was okay. So anyway, where was I? Okay, so if you have a diagnosis, which I do, I have the, Beppis could read it for me. It was all up there: autism, ADHD. It was all from the neuropsych, PTSD, GAD, minor alcohol use disorder, avoidant. I think that's what it was. And the psych himself doesn't, like the regular psychologist, the old man you've seen, doesn't want to admit autism because he still thinks autism is classic, but he agreed with GAD, but he said explosive or some. Okay, so maybe the more the better. But the point is, at this drug trial, if you watch the video and paid attention, I was actually hesitant to mention my autism because I thought I had a feeling maybe they're looking for normies with depression, not spurgs with depression. So I sort of danced around it, and then I told them, well, listen, the neuropsych says you have it. My regular psych says I don't. So I was tiptoeing up, but that guy, Dr. Smith, I was just trying to get a quick $800 taking some Jew pills. So that was never meant. Yes. And that was, and with my own shrink, even though I'm probably never convinced of anything, there's still that I'm trying to get that almost that aha moment where he kind of has to admit I've had a few where he's forced to admit, oh, duh, maybe you are a Spurg. Or, if that's never going to happen, like I say, okay, if I'm not a Spurg, then what do you want to call it? Because it's like, I'm getting like the tiptoeing. It's almost like a game where, okay, arose by any other name. So that's, so like you were saying, why do you ask these doctors about your autism in every video you post? So I guess Bigfoot at least watches. For those who wonder if Todd lurks, the answer is yes. At least one thing I do love about Todd, because we always appreciate his commentary, he actually seems to watch the videos and pay attention and comprehend, unlike some other folks.
Who shall remain
Jamesless. Okay, so anyway, so if you've got autism, go with it. The hard part is done. Now, this is where we're having some divergence. Okay, let's you were saying, you guys.
I don't know how.
Oh wait, you can't. I didn't put the screen back on. Anyway, who cares? If you got autism, go with it. The hard part is done. Sorry, that's
I don't know how much things have changed in the medical world. Or with the whole neat bucks.
I think Todd was diagnosed like 9 or 10 years ago. It was weird.
Again, with his story, most of the work was done for him, so he might not be fully knowledgeable how the process works. Seems like having autism isn't enough. They have to agree that the autism is debilitating to the individual. So yeah, great, he's been diagnosed. I don't think that's just carte blanche for neat bucks. You have to hope that the right people agree that it causes enough trouble for neat bucks.
Well, I was actually thinking about Todd. I was one of the few people who cared about the timeline. I was wondering, because he always said, when he was in the psych ward. And that's another thing. I wonder how much having the psych ward in your medical files helped. That might have been a saving grace. When he was in the psych ward, he was talking about how, people were complaining about, man, these bills are going to be, when I get out, these bills are going to be astronomical. And Todd didn't know how he was going to pay. I don't know if he spent his own savings as a spend down and had no money, or if it being 2015 or 2016, it was the early days of Obamacare where the federal government forced the states to lessen the requirements to put someone on. Like now, the big, beautiful bill seems to undo that. Now, from what I understand, if you have Social Security disability, you can still keep Medicaid for now, but it's much harder to get onto after this big, beautiful bill takes effect. But that's what I understand. If Todd had these crazy bills, but he didn't get on SSI and the autistic diagnosis until after in, what's it called? What do you call it? Outpatient. That means he must have gotten on SSI first. I'd love to ask him about the timeline. He must have gotten on SSI first. They said, congratulations. Obama has made it easier with the Affordable Health Care Act or whatever it was, has made it easier. The state of New York probably wouldn't have accepted you, prior. But now with this ACA thing being passed, you actually qualify. So he must have gotten on Social Security. I'm sorry, he got on Medicaid while in the hospital, shortly thereafter. He didn't get Social Security because he didn't apply for Social Security until after he got diagnosed with autism, which didn't happen until he was an outpatient and he was having those legal problems because what his therapist reported him and he got to get a lawyer. So I wonder what the timeline is. We know that the Section 8 housing didn't come till a few years later. So I think he got Social. Why do I keep saying that? He got Medicaid first because it was the Obama years. It was easy. The requirements were much more lax. He got Medicaid. Then, after outpatient, when his lawyer suggested it, he got the autism diagnosis, and then he applied for SSI, got that pretty quickly, and then was eventually able to get the Section 8. Now, I don't blame Todd. If I were, this isn't me knocking Todd. If I were in his shoes, I would have done the same thing. I can't just live with my parents for 2 or 3 years until I get approved for these things. That's where the problem is coming in. So, yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't have a good enough job to provide him a place to live. So,
nor should you have to. You should be on Medicaid next and Social Security and neat bucks, all that shit. Yes. It says here, where was I? Let's go back to this. You have more proof than I do. Like I said, the one thing is, again, Todd must have gotten on Medicaid first that paid his medical bills. Yeah. Then he got the diagnosis because he said he got the diagnosis during outpatient. Then he applied for the SSI. but he also had on his medical record, he had that, stint in the psych ward, which might have helped, because that's been talked about before. People have said, someone asked me once, oh, so you think going to a psych ward would actually help? Probably, but I don't know if I want to, risk going to a psych ward. It's not all roses for everybody. It could be a disaster. So I wonder how much that helped him, but I'm wondering about his timeline that no one else seems to give a shit about, but and where does it go? I don't even have any papers. Well, there must have been something. Now I'm confused. When you applied online, you just claimed to be autistic? I mean, would they need some kind of medical proof? The Social Security Administration? That's what I don't get. They must have needed some kind of documentation, or I guess your doctor took care of it. You gave him the doctor's name and number, and the doctor gave his papers to Social Security, and that was enough to get you on. Because I don't believe I don't have papers. Maybe you don't, but you must have provided, if not paperwork, you must have provided a doctor who gave the proper. Yes, I diagnosed Todd with autism. He was formerly in a psych ward for a suicide attempt. That somehow that must have been conveyed officially to Social Security. They wouldn't just take your word for it. So there must be some paperwork somewhere. You know what I mean? Yes. And then that's no. But you're right. It's like you're right, and what is this lagging? You're right and you're wrong. Yes, time is of the essence. The big beautiful bill is supposed to take effect 2027, so we got to get our shit together. But then here's the problem I'm having. We need to find a place to live, a place that's cheaper. How do I say hi? I don't have a job, and I don't have neat bucks. I'm just an unemployed bum. How are we supposed to get a place, like an apartment? Yeah. So it's like, do I have to get a job for the next few months of the year? Unless this farmer wants to pay me under the table and not zell me. It's like it's like damned if you do. Let's say I apply for SSI and I get approved, but then I have to go back to work. I'd get kicked off. SSDI is better, but I know it's going to take longer. So it's like, do I even bother? Do I apply for SSDI now? Let it sit for a year or two until I get approved. In the meantime, get a job. I'm not sure. I'm always asking the timeline questions. But yeah. It's not the Bigfoot you're thinking of. It's a sort of a. I hate the word community, but it's not that Bigfoot. It's a coffee house. It's not that Bigfoot. It's a different. And when you I don't usually mind the trolling. When you have more trolls looking for attention, then you have people actually participating. That's a sign that the stream is starting.
When it becomes a troll station, it's just garbage. It's dead.
So this might be dying, but no. But since Bigfoot, the man himself, grotesque subhuman, took the time to respond, I wanted to address his comment because where is this? That's the conundrum I'm in. I can't keep leeching off of him. Let's say I do get approved for SSI pretty quickly. I'm getting like what? Not enough to help you cover the rent here. Yeah. But we have to, if we had another place and I'm not on SSI yet and I don't have a job, it's like they might not give us a place. So it's
you have to have a job for us to get a place.
Yeah, I can't live with my parents, obviously, for, I'm living in the house that they were renting because I ended up moving back in here, but my parents are pieces of shit and they're in some senior place. I can't, live with them for 2 years while this all comes to fruition. I can't, So I wanted to share that. Yes. That's one of my concerns. One of the things I worry about, like, how are we going to juggle all this? Time is of the essence too, because if we're gonna, like I said, I get on neat bucks, you get on neat bucks. We need to find a place to live and get out of this shithole. I don't understand. It's my fault. Of course, I'm weighed down by trauma. I know you're always like, oh, but it's true. It's and I wonder, should I send the full report? Because in the full report, the 28-page thing, the neuropsych starts suggesting maybe you can go to like an outpatient program or this or that. I also have a 2-page short form, which is just a listing of, you've seen that one, a listing of my diagnoses. And hold on, where is it? I think I have that here somewhere. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Am I scrolling? There we go. This is my neuropsychological diagnoses. This is really fucking up. There we go. Okay. Can we read that? according to the not my psychologist, some he might agree with, but autism, ADHD, allegedly alcohol use disorder mild, PTSD, GAD, and avoidant. And I've had people here say, "Well, you're not disabled enough for neat bucks." Maybe so. I got Todd saying the opposite, saying you got more than I do. Apply, but we have the housing thing is the problem. Like I told that Dr. Smith, yeah, it's like we're under financial pressure here because I can't just live with my mommy and daddy until all this gets settled. So we're in a different.
Yes.
I don't blame you. Hey, if you can do it, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying we don't all have those luxuries in life. That's so I'm in a different position. So if I get SSI, but I don't have Section 8 yet, how am I going to find another place to live? And we can't afford this place with SSI and your income. And then it's like, how do we find a place to rent if I don't have either? It's So yes. I guess I should see if my psychologist. He doesn't seem to. I'll ask him, "Would you die?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not sure." Well, I think I gave you explosive, but I'm going to change that to this. So I don't think he even knows. He's a waste of time. He's just collecting fucking shekels. But stream is about me and my fucked up life. I'm a Spurg. If you came to see, Sasquatch, you came to the wrong place. This is not about Sasquatch. It's about our Bigfoot. It was good to see him, but I agree with him. Time is of the essence. Zion Dawn and all that. Speaking of a little gnat flying around. So, yes. What's he saying? They should have retard housing for sure. I agree. That's cool.
Yes.
Quit making it hard to go through SSDI and stuff. It's too hard. I don't understand what he's saying.
So basically, there should be special, not Section 8.
No, the second part. Quit making it. Oh, that's part of his original thought. I thought he was giving me a direct quit. He's saying they should quit making it hard to go through.
Society in general.
Right. Okay, I agree with you. I agree with that. I'm still very. I like grammar that makes sense. I like periods and punctuation.
I'm afraid that's going the way of the dinosaur.
Yes. Well, I'm glad I addressed that comment that needed to be addressed. Is Chris Chan still in jail for raping his mother? That would be funny though.
With Proud A-hole.
Oh my God! What's his name? Dragon Lord Frodo. Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be party every night there.
Oh my God.
That would be a funny place. Like one of those George Carlin jokes. Take one state and send all like the pedophiles and perverts and rapists there. Another state with all the murderers and with the arsonists. And there's a fence. And every once a year you open the fence and just see what happens. Yeah. Okay, but yes, those are my official. Like I said, I've got 2 reports. She gave me this long fucking thing. Which is that better? Oh, the more material is good, or is it going to overwhelm them? I asked her, and she agreed. She gave me a 2-page, simply just the diagnoses, and I'm not sure. Should I send them both to Social Security? I just figure it out, play it as I go. I don't know. I guess no one's going to help me with this process. So yeah, no. We still can't get the TODD timeline right, but he doesn't want to tell us. No. Oh well, but okay. I'm glad we said we had to say. We got that off our chest. We're winding down.
Yes, we are.
No, it's about a mentally ill individual, but yeah, I guess in a broader sense. Yeah, I'm sorry if the title was misleading, but hey, it's my stream. I'll call it whatever I want. How'd you find this anyway? Just came up in the algorithm. Yeah. Now this isn't about fire ants. I was bitten by a bunch of fire ants out of nowhere in a cow pasture today. Bigfoot is a guy who used to stream. And he left, and we don't hear much from him anymore. But every now and then he comes around, leaves a comment, or appears. And when he does, we call it a Bigfoot sighting, quote unquote. Yes. So it's not what you think it is. Nice to meet you, but I don't think there's anything here for you. How do you pronounce that? Just CIA? I don't know. Wait, ding, ding, ding. Send them the long form, the short form, or both. You're probably in Australia.
Or is he trying to get your attention by saying ding, ding, ding?
Ding, 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 ding.
Unless he's replying to Josiah Kick or whatever.
Well, I agree. Well, I agree. There's yes, right. It is yes. So yeah. It's not about Bigfoot.
No.
The beer.
So,
It's pretty warm night. The beer's pretty good.
yeah, it's warmer than usual now.
Sure,
I think
some
this is
tea.
going to be a hot week.
Oh, sure. Well, not now, but maybe tomorrow.
Yes.
Some tea. Let's just call the streams OC is live and just leave it at that.
Yeah, I know. We don't want to. Yeah.
But like I said, streaming is getting kind of But I wanted to address, because I still appreciate Todd is right. He talked about, he did that one video. It's a shame. That's what one of my criticisms. Some people have archived some of the stuff, but even if he doesn't want to stream, I never understood why he didn't just leave up the old stuff for posterity. The whole, I got to nuke my channel or delete it or hide it all, private it all. It's like, why not just leave up the old videos when people want to reminisce?
Exactly.
I never understood why, because there were some gems that are kind of lost.
Yes, his philosophy.
Something philosophical, and we lost some gems with him.
A lot of his walks, he had some pretty good thoughts on the world and society. Yes.
So, but yeah, he had a video once about one of his last ones about what it's called, the demographic cliff or whatever it is.
Demographic winter.
No,
maybe demographic cliff.
Whatever it is, it's coming soon. Unrelated to politics is going to happen, but that plus what we see, what a disaster Trump's second term is turning into.
Yes.
Yeah. So no, Todd is correct about all that. Well, you have to understand something, Ice. I haven't said it before. I really loved his philosophy. I love the fact that he was the first guy to say, "Hey, man, you're a fuck up. It's not your fault." It's not about whether he cared about me. I think that's where others.
Exactly.
Other people thought he was their friend or their buddy.
Yeah.
I never saw Todd as a buddy. I saw him as a great genius. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, sir. Brilliant.
Treasure trove of knowledge.
Right. So it's not about whether he cared about me or not.
It's not about having a burger or hanging out or playing tennis. It's about listening to the ideas espoused. That's what his draw is. And Todd didn't do this to become anyone's friend. That's not what he was looking for. He just wanted to vent, get some things off his chest.
You know, my brother and I appeared on one of Todd's streams.
We did.
And he was taking calls. And a few years back, I'm surprised when people still remember it. But if you remember what happened, we were streaming with him. And remember, like, it went dead?
Yes.
Actually, what happened was he went dead. He blanked. And at first I said, did he skip us? Because he seems frozen. Turns out his computer froze up. But as you know, with StreamYard, the stream keeps going. So we didn't realize we were still in the air. We canceled out. We somehow broke the internet. Maybe someone out there didn't like a meeting of the minds. But anyway, so we left. And Todd, eventually, the stream kept going. It was just blackness. Todd came back on. He's like, all right, I'm back. I know what happened. Disconnected. He goes, I wish that guy were still here. I want to finish my thought. Yeah. So Todd didn't seem bothered or threatened by the questions I was asking. And Todd's a big boy. We're just having an exchange. Whether he likes me or gives a shit or doesn't, I don't care. We're having a nice talk. But the fanboys, the self-proclaimed, disciples or whatever, like, Todd, this guy's a fan. Oh no, get rid of him. He's evil. Todd's a big boy. I remember Todd saying when the stream came back on, Todd said, man, where'd that guy go? I wanted to finish. And we came back on. He took us a second time. Yeah. So
I always said, I think age plays into this. A lot of these younger people, they're snowflakes. If they're bothered or upset, we have to make the thing go away. But, me, my brother, Todd, even James to an extent.
Even James,
we're a little older. We can take critique. We can hear things we don't want to hear. We can hear things we disagree with. We'll let the person talk. We won't run away or try to ban them or cancel them. A lot of these people, I believe, were probably born in the 90s, earlier aughts, diagnosed as children. What's my life going to be like when I'm older? And they look to Todd, and they get all upset. Oh, no, I don't like what's being said. Let's ban OC. Let's ban. But no, not even Todd or James would do the banning. They would say they would let us speak our piece, and we respect that too. And I think it's just given our age, we had teachers who were born in the 30s, maybe in the 20s. We understand people can speak their mind, and we don't have to lock them away and make them go away.
I know it sounds corny, that American, speak your mind, even like Bill Maher, who I was never that crazy about. Bill Maher is a liberal, very left of center, but now he disagrees with other lefties who say we got to cancel these people because Bill Maher made his whole career let the other guy speak, and then I'm gonna make fun of him. That was how he made his career. So Bill Maher is at least pro freedom of speech. He's like, I didn't move further right. The left moved further left. It's like you said, snowflakes. These kids grew up in a time where, oh my God, if someone said something that takes you out of your safe space, you have to go bye-bye. I think that might be a generational thing. But like, we never cared when these fanboys would ask Todd stupid questions about tennis or e-girls or dino nuggies or Story of Destroyer or walking, whatever, or Timmy, whatever.
As annoying and frustrating as it was to deal with that, we let them have their Todd time. But when we ask a few questions, try to get the timeline down, you guys are fit.
Yeah, you can't ask. I think you ask stupid questions, but I respect your right to ask them. Ask them about tennis and dino nuggies, fine. But like when I would say, okay, tell me about the timeline, think of the grandma's house to make sense, and tell me about Social Security and the best way to apply for it. All of a sudden, he's a fan. I'm like, fucking children. So yes, but I still, like I said, Todd himself never seemed bothered, and it's nice when he makes an appearance.
Yes, or leaves a comment.
Am I right wing? Well, I want my gimme dats, and that seems to be more on the left. So I guess it depends. I want gimme dats for me, but I'm all for sending back the illegals. Give me the gimme dats. Don't give it to them. I really don't have a political direction. We haven't had very good choice lately. We had one old man who was senile. Now we've got another old man who's senile. It's like a never-ending joke, regardless of party or side of the aisle. It's just like a never-ending fucking joke. Yes, you know that. You were there too, under a different name, Ice. I'm Spurgwing, absolutely. Well, like I said, I didn't want to be his friend, and I didn't want to be his lover. That was the problem. I had these fanboys. Or was that one?
Actually,
I didn't want to be his friend or lover. I want to just pick his brain and say, hey, thanks for doing it.
OnlyFans. I never saw the OnlyFans, didn't care about it. I don't know if you did, you cared, yeah. So that meant nothing.
He's being sarcastic. And not a very good troll. Like, no. Yeah. I wasn't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to be his buddy. I didn't want to be his lover. I just thought this guy's fucking. That's why when he speaks, I still respect the comments when he comes out of the woodwork. So I wanted to respond to his comment. And I was venting how, like, I respected other people's right to ask him stupid questions that I didn't care about. But when I asked something that meant something to me, and Todd didn't mind answering, these people took it upon themselves. We don't like this guy. Ew, Todd. We're gonna save you from him. Like, Christ.
Yeah, my God. Idiots.
Oh, by the way, it's must have or must have. Yes, I'm gonna be the grammar Nazi. I don't care if things change and in the future that becomes correct. No, it's must have or must have, not must of OF. That's one of my pet peeves. Anyway, we said we had to say about Todd.
I think so.
About life in general. Yeah, I mean, it was easy just to look it up on YouTube. It was all there. There was no need for him to. No.
Yeah.
Oh well, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ice, I know you're quasi-trolling, but this is why I say you can spoon-feed people, they still don't get it. Yes, the fanboys bought him masturbation toys. The fanboys wanted to ask him about tennis and dino nuggies. The fanboys wanted to know all that shit.
Not upset.
They didn't like it when I asked questions about, hey, Social Security disability, applying for getting diagnosed, applying Section 8 housing. So you're talking about the people who hated me because rather than be a fanboy, Todd, I want to watch you masturbate and see you on camera. I was like, Todd, I think you're a brilliant philosopher. I'm not your buddy, but I like you. I think you're one of the most intelligent, analytical people. I agree with your. I thought I was the only one who felt this way. It's good to see that there's other people who think that way. So I just saw him as a great philosopher. So you want to see it? It's
not obsessed with Todd. Obsessed with the mindset, the philosophy, the lifestyle.
Right. Yes.
Like all these other fucking idiots out there. Oh no, you can't question him. You can't say something mean. Yeah, he can have some pushback, but it was really just the philosophy, the life experience.
Yes.
Not so much Todd himself.
It's a lived experience, Ice. Yeah. Like I said, I was actually critical of those types. Look, if you want to watch Todd jerk it and talk about e-girls and Story Destroyers and tennis, that's cool.
That can be your own separate
That's
stream.
Cool. I'm not opposed to that. I'm interested in the philosophy and, hey, the timeline and how'd you get the, and I was like, they went after me for it. Like, in other words, if you're not that, what you're describing here, if you're not that, if you don't want to be Todd's online buddy who wants to watch him jerk it, Anything else is bad. He's a fan.
Yeah, because that guy DBF was attracted to Todd. He really wanted him some Todd.
Oh, no, it's true before it's admitted homosexual.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't said that. I said, DBF, if you had a wife and kids, you wouldn't have gone for Bussy, right? He goes, no, I'd still go for Bussy. So I think DBF might have had a
sexual infatuation with Todd.
Absolutely. I'm not a real man. I'm a Spurg. Come on, dude. You know that, Rafter Man. I'm in, like you said, I'm in a, what do you say? Spurg, purgatory, or purgatory?
If he were a real man, he wouldn't be here doing this.
I wouldn't be here doing this. Well, no, Todd never actually ignored me that I recall. I don't recall Todd ever saying you're bad news. I don't recall any problems with Todd ignoring me. Like I said, Todd is different than Dumb. Dumb was more like, the quasi-fake buddy online. How you doing? Both have a burger. Totally different dynamic.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So, no, Todd never ignored. In fact, he left a comment and share screen again.
And the comments that he leaves are somewhat helpful.
They're actually helpful. All these other Starling comments are just like bullshit. Even when they're not trolling, it's just stupid. It's like people aren't comprehending. You know what I mean?
So for you to say that Todd saw him as a stalker, you're 100% wrong.
Right, it was never
He
like
still
that.
pops up from time to time and gives decent advice. That's not someone who's bothered or intimidated by my brother.
Right,
yet.
like I said, Todd's a big boy. Todd isn't afraid of me or my brother. It was the fanboys. We love Todd. Todd's our god. Suck his cock. You're asking questions we don't like. Let's get rid of you. No, so you're not paying attention, Ice. Pay attention. Yeah, we left a nice comment. Let's go back. Where the hell is it? Blah, blah, blah. How do I find this? Water for okay. Yeah, if you have a diagnosis, why do you ask these doctors again? I was at a drug trial. I was actually hesitant to mention the autism, but I was honest. I said, yeah, the neuropsych says this, psychologist says this, that. Go with the hard part is done. No, I think the hardest part is applying. And how do we juggle? I can't live with mommy and daddy for 2 years while the dust settles. And again, the proof. I think he says you have more proof than I do. I think what he must have done, he applied online he must have gotten, like I said, Medicaid first. So he was on Medicaid before he was on SSI. Got on SS because he was destitute or whatever. Got an SSI when the lawyer got him that diagnosis. And somebody must have told the Social Security Administration something. It wasn't, if Todd didn't have the papers, then the doctor must have said, yes, he's diagnosed with this, and he was in the psych ward, suicidal tendencies, whatever. I mean, and a strange, erratic behavior. Someone must have given some official proof somewhere, even if Todd doesn't know about it, so he claims. That was, but he's correct. We got to do it now. It's like Zion Don and all this other shit, and yeah, definitely. It's almost like, I know this quasi trolling, but it's almost the spoon feeding. It's like, real? Are you really that? You people really that? That's like you don't pay attention. Just I see maybe the difference between a Spurg. Lips are dry. The fire ants. No, I think maybe I can't speak for all Spurgs, but I want to know details. I want to know facts. I want to know truth. And I remember what's his name, Colbert. Steve Colbert is getting his show's coming to an end. I was never that crazy about Colbert, but if you recall, Colbert used to be on the Daily Show, right? Which I showed, and then he had his own show called the Colbert Report, and he dubbed the term truthiness. There's truth in there, but it's close enough. I think most of these people like truthiness rather than the facts. What's real? Yes. Do you want any more beer?
I think so.
Yeah. All right, I think so. I think so. What's that? Ooh. Anyway, truthiness. You guys like truthiness. OC asked a question about Todd's grandmother. Yes. Therefore, he's a necrophiliac. No, you weren't paying attention, obviously, or you weren't comprehending. Like, Christ. Truthiness. All right. Where are we here? We might go off in a minute. I want one more beer. One more beer. We're going for like an hour so you can hit the bed. It's just, I'm glad we said this. Like I said, seriously, it's nice when Todd does come around because even now, even in his self-imposed exile, his comments are worth more than like 100 Starling comments rolled together. And every now and then, you guys, me Banks, if you're watching, yes, you did point out in my that Shiboon video, yes, that Misfits guy was a total. You pointed that out. Fair enough. I was talking about the comments in general. So yeah, you're not. What you guys say isn't all bad. Like I said, what's his name? Rafterman. I like your neat purgatory. That's what I'm in. How do I get a neat purgatory? Because if I apply, I'm not going to have money to afford this place or get a place.
Spurg Jason? Was that him?
Who came with Spurg? I think you came with Spurg, Jason.
Yeah,
Whatever. Maybe it was he came with neat purgatory. So you guys like broken clocks. Every now and then you say things that are golden, but most of the time it's shit. Todd, to his credit, why I was so enamored with him, his philosophy, his mindset. When he speaks, it's like, yeah, thank you, man. You're correct. You're right. So I still admire that about the man. I would never want him to come be the best man at my wedding or some stupid shit like that, or go bowling with him and have a beer with him. I never saw him like that. Yeah. It's not how I saw Todd. That's how the fanboys saw him, and they came after me for not seeing him that way. Jeez, Christ. All right. Have we said all we have to say?
I believe so.
Share my diagnosis one more time. Where's this? There we go. There. All right. Yeah, I was friends with Dumb, kind of. I thought we were friends. I don't dislike the guy, but it just seems like I see not as a teacher, but kind of a teacher. Yeah, teacher, philosopher, someone who like, wow, I'm not the only one out there who feels this way. And you had the balls to say it first. Thank you. It's not just in my head. Others have it too. And he was the first to say, yes, it's not just you. Others think this way too.
Confirmer of ideas.
A confirmer. Yes, he's a confirmer. But don't try to give me wise, sage advice. I'm giving you credit for neat purgatory. Let's not go nuts here, Afterman.
Let's not have this get derailed. As this guy loves to derail things.
I don't know. We evolve Socrates' writings. We might lose Todd stuff when the great internet purge
in
happens.
The next 10 years when AI says, okay, we're erasing everything from the past 30 years.
Yes.
And we're going forward. So, yes.
But are you getting tired?
I'm getting tired, yeah, but we'll keep going a little bit more.
I'll go an hour, maybe not even.
Yes.
The beer is good.
Yes.
The screen keeps popping up and blocking things. Now I got this, I found when Todd would talk about things like his actual experience, like, I'm dating this fat bitch and she's okay with me, but even this fat, disgusting Landwell is laughing. She has all these like thousands of guys hitting on her and she's laughing at them like, you fat, ugly bitch, you shouldn't be in that position, but you are. And even you look down. You're only tolerant of me because stuff like that. It's actually real life. It isn't just someone on 4chan theorizing. It's actually real life. So yeah, his walking, his forest walks. No, I did stuff about No, he was good. He was good.
Yes, he was, and he still could be if he wants to hit us up with another walking video. But
I don't. I'm not begging Todd for video. I just wanted to thank him for the fucking comment. That's all. Buddy, don't start begging. I remember when we were on Todd's stream. Don't start dumbing out on me here.
Buddy.
You're getting drunk. I know you're tired. You have to work, man. So you had that Sunday off. Now you got to work Monday. You work Monday. Now you got to go work. You're working straight through, right? Because you're not going to have next Sunday off. You're going to work next. So you're going to you're not. Yeah. So you lose a day off. You get the Monday, so you have to work an extra day.
Yeah. My day off is longer away, farther away.
Oh, here's me from the future. Wow, someone's going nuts cloning. Like that Raymond guy who came here. That wasn't really Raymond. It's like this is probably DBF or one of his friends. It's a Christ. They really go all out with this.
Wonderful. So when did neat bucks become retard bucks like that?
Where's retard bucks?
Unless I can't see. Oh no, he said neat bucks. I'm sorry.
Buddy, you ready for bed?
Yeah, I guess.
No, I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like I said, like this isn't even good trolling anymore.
No.
Like the trolls are kind of like a barometer. When they run out of things to say, they just get kind of stupid or make shit up. But what that means is they're looking for more attention, and because it means the channel is dying. And I felt that way for a while, not because of them. I felt that way because like this really just isn't what it used to be, and I see why people peace out. So it's like, but I wanted to at least address Todd's comment because I do appreciate that. That was a nice gesture. Cassandra, you're not going to save the stream. You're the last chick here, and even you're fading out like a radio station. You're driving too far away.
You don't show up as often as you used to.
And that's fine, but understand when the last girl goes, this whole place will because that's why half these simps and trolls come to hopefully get the female's attention. You see it here in the chat here. Yes, this is a huge rate. They couldn't get the regular ones because they claim the tariffs in China. So. Well, I'm saying, hey, look at that. I'm still alive 20 years from now. Okay, so I don't jump off a bridge.
And you have internet access.
I have internet access. Hey! Hey! So I'm still, okay, that's great. Cool.
Lovely.
And the turning point all came when my future self told me you can change your life around. So thank you, future self. You won't see me. Next time you see me, I'll be, Yes. Excuse me. No, don't come to them for the sake of coming to them. It's okay. Like I said, I told people, the Starlings come and go. Starlings will eventually fade away. I'm saying a lot of these people in the chat, they come here. Why did I use the term Starlings? They come here just to socialize, and they go to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And yes, a lot of them are here just to see you, or at least chat. Hope you chat back with them. Apparently,
give them a wiki face.
Like, I don't even think this is Dev Pike. I think this is, what's his name? Delighted by Friends.
Yes.
Anyway, these are my official from the neuropsych. It's time for me because if I apply, I'm going to say, my neuropsych is this. Because like Todd, he probably gave the name of the doctor who confirmed the psych ward. I'd probably have to give that fucking shrink that I've been seeing.
Yes.
So in my 60s, I'm an AI guy. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool. When I'm, will you still need me? Will you still feed me? When I'm 64, 20 years. Yes, those are the diagnoses. Do I do a brief panel, see who comes on, or is it asking for trouble?
Why the hell not?
For 5, if I don't like it, I'll just end it. Because let's see if one of these, if future me, I want to see what I look like in 20 years. Future me, okay. Come on, future me. Where are you, future me? Show me. I want to see me. What happens to Bro C in 20 years?
Am I still alive?
Hey, it's great. I do something for humanity. I hope, maybe like 1,000 years from now, Todd will be seen as the great philosopher. I'll be seen as the great inventor of AI sex robots. Yes. That sounds good. Sounds awesome. Come on, future me. Show me your face. I want to see you, future me. I want to see what I look like in the future. No, it won't. Trust me, I know. I know because I'm you.
Who cares about breaking time?
Yeah, break time.
What the fuck has time and space ever done for us?
What has it ever done for us? Let's break time and space.
Let's break it. Why not?
Break time and space. It's break time. It breaks
the
rift of time and space.
Future him would never be a Boy Scout. He'd roll the dice.
Yes, future me would say, fuck it, let me do it.
If that's really future.
If future me knew how past me thought 20 years ago, he'd be like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Yes.
Good. Risk even more, future me. I'm enjoying it. I like being the rebel, the bad, yeah. You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. We gotta finish that Pee Wee Herman's.
Oh, yeah, we do, yeah.
It's like, what was it? Come with me. There isn't no time to explain. There isn't much time. Come with me if you want to live. I risk everything now. Come, there isn't much time. Come with me if you want to live. I'll accept that. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Have plenty of sex with the robots for me. Have fun. I'll look forward. I'll be there in 20 years, man. I know.
And your wife is all right with the sex robots? Okay.
Oh, I have a wife and kids too. I guess the wife likes the wife gets involved with the sex robot. Cool.
Oh, yeah,
Sounds
very,
good.
very
Sounds
nice.
good.
Very nice.
Awesome. All right. Any takers, or is this just a dead end? Are we winding down?
I think we're winding.
We're winding down. I think I'm making an even hour. Yeah, 10:30.
Good call. Just
We'll make it an even hour if there's anything else. Like I remember, Trump is meeting Putin in Alaska, and I remember thinking, I remember about 20 years ago. This is me 20 years from now. If you go back in time 20 years ago, Putin came to Texas to visit W on his ranch, and Putin said something like, the Russians don't know all the 50 states, but we know Texas because of all the cowboy movies. We're really big on Texas. Second, we know California and Florida, because we know Texas, but the one we know best is Alaska because you got that from us. And now it's like Trump is Putin's bitch boy. Let's meet in Alaska because it's like a symbolic meeting in Alaska is like Putin's in charge. I'm taking over the Ukraine. And we're having the meeting in what was used to be Russian territory.
We want Alaska back.
Yeah, it's like wow, Zion Don again. Todd's wise words of wisdom. Zion Don. Yes. So we gotta get on Neat Bucks before this shit happens. But I can't get on Neat Bucks while still living in this house is basically the problem.
Yeah.
Splitting the beer, is that it?
Okay, you can.
The beer's going down so easily.
Yeah, I know.
I got one more beer.
That's right. There's one right here.
Oh, awesome. Let's split it because I guess it's a hot night.
Yeah.
The beer's going down so easy.
Going down easy.
Whatever you can't finish, I will take. You pour it yourself because I'll fuck it up, like always. Go ahead.
Yes.
Ooh. Show them the beer. That's a beautiful. You did a great pour. Me, I do it. It's all like freaking foam. Most time wasn't too bad.
All right then. You're welcome. I'll take credit for it.
Okay, so let's finish this up. Wind down. Anything else we want to say? Have we said everything? Anything about this? Maybe it's time to end it. But I poured the beer,
I know.
But basically, this streaming isn't much help. It's actually more of
Yeah.
a, it was interesting at first, but it's like, hey. This is, I don't have to set the parameters, do I? No.
No, you don't.
All right. If someone wants to go on for 5 minutes, I'll take them. Probably not. We're winding down. This is getting stupid. Probably time to end it.
Yes.
Yeah, fire ants and something else. Oh, what happened real quick? I want to talk about some local news. Something happened where there was a chick here in New Jersey. She was dating a fireman, I think.
Yes.
And her ex-boyfriend was a cop, a New Jersey state trooper.
Yes.
And the jealous cop, ex-boyfriend, came around to their house, killed the fireman boyfriend, killed his ex-girlfriend, and then killed himself. And now they're investigating because they think there were signs that this cop was a nut job, but the other cops cover. You can tell me.
Yeah, because the ex-girlfriend made complaints. She said, "Hey, I keep running into him. I think he's following me, stalking me." But it wasn't dealt with appropriately because he was a fellow cop. It was kind of buried
Very
under the rug.
which is
Yeah.
typical, of course. Too.
So had they been diligent and suspended him or took care of him, they didn't. He went out and he did this murder-suicide thing.
So he killed his ex-girlfriend, her new fireman boyfriend and then killed himself. But you wonder, first of all, she kind of deserved it because why would you date a cop in the first place? Anyone who wants to be a cop should have their head examined, and anyone who wants to date one. But the point is, what was this guy thinking? Do you think he he wanted all for himself? It's like he was that much of basically a cuck if you think about it. So I wanted to share that because interesting story that happened a day or two ago.
4 or 5 days ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just heard about it now in the news. I'm like, oh, interesting. But so she had complained. The guy was nuts.
Yes.
But the other cops, because he's one of their own, they take care of their own.
They buried it, ignored it, and
right.
Look where we are now.
My question was, because he was a cop, are they still gonna give him that full then they have those pig funerals with all the motor cars and the motorcycles and the big motorcade, whatever. Is he still gonna get? It's like the irony of it all. Yes. All right, 3 minutes to go. We'll wind this down. Or you said it now. I don't care. I'm getting tired too. Yes. Shit to do.
We've had shit to do. It just doesn't get done.
That's correct. Yeah. I've got a lot of shit to do. It doesn't get done.
Yeah.
Wow. Odd silence.
Yeah, I know. No comments. No nothing.
It is, Thule. It is. Then again.
Are you still working?
You still at work? You promised to give us a tour of your grocery store. You can come on for 5 minutes during your break.
Stream from the break room. Or your car in the parking lot.
I really have nothing to say. I touched upon it. I really want to just respond to Todd.
I think we've said everything we wanted to say. But I guess we'll go 2 more minutes.
We'll make it a full hour.
We'll make it for you, starlings.
For you, and you, and you, and you. I don't know. Beppe says otherwise. She told me, yeah, you definitely promised that. Yeah.
I never asked you what you promised. I don't care what you promised. I said, now, go to the break room, go to your car.
Yes. Yeah, we didn't ask about what we were saying. Yeah,
I know.
See how I never in the past I didn't mind Totem. Yeah. Now it's just silly. I'm on SSD. It's like it's some from Swede living in Norway. It's like okay.
Social democracy, buddy.
Yeah.
You could have indefinite unemployment if you wanted to.
Yes. But it's a sign that this is sort of
yes.
This is sort of not worth it, kind of in a way,
Correct.
That's good. We can stream for 40 minutes next hour, 20, 30 minutes. It's we don't need from 20 minutes to 45 minutes.
We don't even need a full hour.
We don't even need a full hour anymore. The stream has changed. It happens. These things happen.
Yeah,
things change, and I guess it is what it is. So we have a new
change.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
We've got a new, we've got a new dynamic. Yes. I'm sort of losing interest in the dynamic. So we'll say for now, occupational click out.